Ecclesiastes 7 verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. I want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh in the name of his Son, Yahweh Shai. This lesson is going to be, whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her. And this is talking about the woman. It says, I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. We know that the heart is deceitful above all things, and who can know it? But it says a woman's heart is snares and nets, meaning it's in a woman's heart to capture something, to control something, to ensnare something, to trap something in a net. Her hand is like bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her. So, a lot of times, a lot of us go through pretty much I think we all have a basic template of temptations and stuff that we go through. Some people may be more tempted by some things than other people. For instance, this word is specifically for me, as opposed to someone who can't control their eating habits, or might be a glutton or a drunkard, right? They might not have the same, they might not be tempted the same way through the woman as I am, okay? But you see, with this woman, it says, whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. And I don't know about you, but I want to be escaped out of the snare and the nets of the modern woman, of the woman period. I don't want to be captured, and I don't want to be taken in that snare. Now, before coming into the truth, obviously, we didn't even know we were ensnared. But it's so obvious to see now. It's like a spider web that you're trapped in. Okay? When she traps you in that net, it's got you thinking about your worldly desires, your fleshly lusts. That's what the advertisements is for. That's what the tight blouses and the tight sundresses and the shorts and the tight jeans, the eyelids, the makeup, it's all an advertisement. It's all a snare to get you caught up, to get you to, it's all a trap. It's all a trap. It's all a snare to get you in the bed, or to get you to defile yourself. Now, this woman may not be doing that to you intentionally, but what she is doing intentionally is going to try to control you, change you, mold you to what she wants a man to be. And it says, whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her. Now, we know without faith it is impossible to please the Most High. So you also have to have faith to escape from the snare of the woman. You also have to have faith to escape the snare of the woman. You can't just wake up one day and say, I'm done fucking around with these broads. It don't work that way. It genuinely doesn't work that way. It says, whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her. And if you don't have faith, you don't please God. So it takes faith to escape out of the snare of the woman. It takes faith. Now I'm going to get a couple verses in Ecclesiastes. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. So that means in times of temptation, in times of need, in times of trouble, that faith is what helps you cling on to the Most High. It says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and give me in any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, and any affliction but the affliction of them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. In verse 16, I had rather dwell with the lion and dragon than to keep house with the wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance as sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. What is this saying? Is this misogynistic? Is this saying that it hates women? Have we found unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. God forbid. We know that since the fall, we know all sin came through woman, right? Where does that say that? That's in chapter 26, I believe. Oh wait, no. Right here. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So through the woman came sin into the world. And through a woman we will all die. Either through the sin that came into the world, or through that alone. And also if we can't escape the snare out of her. If we can't get out of the snare of the woman, we're going to die. It says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorcement. The world we live in today isn't built like this. We don't. If a woman reading that thinks we don't have power over a woman to give her liberty to do anything. She's her own woman. She makes her own decisions. She makes her own choices. And what we're seeing in 2022, is the fruit of all those things. We're seeing the fruit of men. We're seeing the fruit of our ancestors and our immediate ancestors not giving us the law, not raising us up in the law. We're seeing the fruit of the fathers being removed from the homes. We're seeing the fruit of our women not being betrothed and espoused to a man, as opposed to going out here hitting the clubs and having a hoe phase, and then trying to settle down and find a man. And y'all realize we were espoused, we were given in marriage. A woman was given in marriage to a man, or a man would choose a wife from among his people. You don't allow these women to go about and pick and choose what they want and what they're going to get, because what you're seeing in 2022 is exactly that. This is why you have baby daddies who aren't around, and women still go back and get another baby daddy who won't be around. They choose the thug, the drug dealer, the rapper, the entertainer, because they want money. And they want money, and they want control. See, even when they get the rapper, even when they get the nigga who has the money, they want the control. That's why I say, oh, now I'm gonna put you on child support. Now I'm gonna put you on this, now I'm gonna do that, because I really want the control. We're seeing all the fruits of this in 2022. These women are going out choosing what they want and who they want, and you can see the results of that. Seeing that that's the world we live in now, it's up to us to keep ourselves out of the snare of that woman. It says, a drunken woman and a gadder abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. And in the law, we're not to make any of the daughters of Israel to be whores. But at this point, they're making themselves to be whores, and we're kind of giving into what they've let themselves become. Not even let themselves become, but we play a part in that too. But the thing is, we give into that. We accept that, and we shouldn't accept it, and we shouldn't just brush it over. Okay? It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. What do you think these women are doing? You have an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old daughter who's been with 4, 5, 6 dudes. She's abusing herself through overmuch liberty. Because you think she has good grades, she's allowed to go out and party on the weekends, and she's in college doing good, so you don't mind. You don't ask questions about what she's doing, not knowing that she's abusing herself. It says, an harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. It says a harlot will be counted as spittle. A harlot, a whore, a prostitute, OnlyFans, webcam model. These are to be accounted as spittle. If you advertise yourself as a harlot, this is to be accounted as spittle. Now, obviously, men are attracted to the female body. So we're going to be attracted to the haughtiness and the eyelids and the we're going to be attracted to the whoredom. We're going to be attracted to the whoredom because men are attracted to women. We're attracted to the female body. We're attracted to, we like sex. It's pleasurable for the most part. But we're attracted to that female body and they know it. So what they do is they're going to use that female body to reel you in. They're going to use the looks, they're going to use the body, they're going to use the whatever they can use to reel you in. It says, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. A loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. Okay? It says, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. At the end of the day, we're trying to escape the snare of this woman, of these women, of the spirit of woman. Woman wants to control. Woman wants the woman wants to have the control. She wants to have you in a net and a snare, so that way she can accomplish whatever her main goal is, whatever she believes her purpose is. This is why all these women are finding themselves and they want to focus on their career and their job, and they want to make money and they want to be the boss, so that they can tell the regular, average, everyday Joe Smo regular person that even if they are together, she's the one who's in charge because she got the money, she got the degrees, she got this, she got that. Escape out of the snare of that woman through faith. You have to have the faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Because without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High in the first place. Without faith, you never gonna even believe that you can walk down the street and look at all these different women and this, that, and the third, and just not even be fazed. See, right now, if you're anything like me right now, it vexes you how much you're affected by these women. It vexes you. And I'm just being straight up. Every day I have to make sure I keep my temptations in check. Every day. Every day. Even though I know even though I know what's happening while I'm being tempted, I still have to consciously tell myself not to not to fall into that. That faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is what's going to help me cleave unto the Lord in those times. That's what's going to help me cleave unto the Most High in those times. Remember, he was tempted just the same way we are. He was tempted in the same ways we are, which means he had women that he had to turn the other way at. There was women that he had to make sure he probably didn't interact with, or he had to turn down. If he was faced with the same temptations we were, you best believe them hoes were in his face just like they be in ours. The same way they in our face, they was in his face. And he was able to walk blameless in front of the Most High. And that's how we want to walk. We want to walk in that same spirit. The spirit that's within us is the same spirit that raised him from the dead. If you believe that, you can escape from anything. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. You can escape from anything if you truly believe that the spirit that is within you is the same spirit that raised up Yahweh Shai from the dead. Ecclesiastes 7:26, it says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall not be taken." I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory to the Most High Yahweh in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. I pray for the hopeful elect out there that they can escape the snares and nets of the spirit of that woman. And I pray that we would increase our faith, we would grow in faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.